So citrus trees are starting to ripen up here. We got a Satsuma right here. Oh, it just fell off. Look at that. This is a later ripening variety. This was here when we bought the house. I'm not exactly sure which variety it is. Look, we got some starting to turn yellow over there. These are starting to yellow. We had a much bigger harvest last year. Seems to be doing that where we get a super harvest and then just a good harvest. But then on the opposite side, got this sweet orange tree, which didn't really yield too much last year, but it is quite loaded this year. These are really big, good softball size. Great for juicing. You can fresh eat them as well. You see the weight here of all these fruit. Some of them are dragging the ground. It's so heavy. And what I use, we haven't had rain here in a month. Looking like hopefully today we're going to get rain, but I haven't irrigated these trees ever. These are well-established trees, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend that on a brand new tree, but we got is horse manure compost and wood chips. You can see how dry it is right now. That is what we've used for fertilizer and for moisture retention, but when you haven't had rain in a month, the moisture retention does nothing. Look at these big fruits. Super excited about these. And back to the Satsumas here. Look at those clusters in there. Way in the tree. Nice fruits. Could be another couple weeks before we're really mostly ripening up, but we're getting there. Now, one good thing about late ripening fruits is that they flower later. So if you have a late frost, a tree like this, you might be okay and still get a good harvest. But if you have an early ripening fruit, you might flower earlier, and if you had a late frost, you could lose all of your fruit. This happened a couple years ago, or last year. We had a really good harvest, and there was a lot of people with the early ripening versions that had no harvest. They lost everything from the freeze. So there's hundreds, if not 1,000 on each one of these trees. Citrus is something, get that in the ground. They really live a long time, and they can yield absolutely massive yields, hundreds of pounds on a tree. Beautiful evergreen tree. Thing to watch out for is you get these citrus leaf miner. See the damage in here. The citrus leaf miner, when they're young, they do this damage to the underside of the leaf. It makes them curl. Can do sprays. There's imidacloprid, which is synthetic. I haven't used that. There's also neem oil you can use, which is organic. But you want to spray that right when it's fresh, new growth. I really need to do better trying to stay on top of that. Maybe next year I'm going to do a better job. But you see these big trees, doesn't really affect them too bad. You could strip these leaves or prune these branches off to get rid of that. Either way would work. What's important, we still got a really good yield here. And in a few weeks, I'll be showing y'all nice orange fruits on here.